It's the book club, and this time another brand new anthology of women in horror. This is Pretend You Don't See Her from Kandisha Press. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dave Musson, and this is a place where quite often I talk to you about Stephen King, quite often I talk to you about horror movies in my Silver Scream spin-off, but in this series I am recommending great horror books to you, books that I have read that I think you will enjoy. Yes, this is my book club. There's well over 50 books in my book club right now. And like I say, this is where I tell you about great horror books that I've read recently that I think you will enjoy too, and I tell them about you so you can go and check them out and read them for yourself. So in each episode, I'll give you a bit of background about the book, I'll give you a bit of information about the author, and I'll give you a spoiler-free review, and I will try and align it to a Stephen King book to keep it on brand for my channel, and I guess to help you decide if you're going to give this book a try for yourselves, because sometimes trying something new can be a bit tricky. So if you've got that point of reference from, let's say, the world's biggest selling author, maybe that will help you take the jump. And if you do decide to go and read these books that I recommend to you, and you enjoy them, make sure you review them on Storygraph, on Amazon, on Goodreads. And if you really like them, make sure you rave about them on your social media. Tell your friends about them, buy them copies, send them screenshots of your favourite bits, all of that kind of stuff. Get people enthused about these books. That's the idea, okay? This time I've got another collection for you, and it's another collection of female identifying writers writing horror. Now this one is called Pretend You Don't See Her, and it's from Kandisha Press, and this one has been edited by Jill Girardi and Lydia Prime, whose own collection, Win Ourselves Today, I covered on the book club back in 2024 and is well worth a read. So go and check that video out once I'm done telling you about this new collection. Now this one drops on 25th of September. I'm sort of getting a couple of things in advance on the book club at the moment because we're entering into a busy part of the year for new releases, and there's a lot I want to tell you about, so I can't drop them all on release day, but keep an eye out for this one at the end of the month because it's well worth it, and I'm going to tell you why in this video, so let's get on with it. Right, your synopsis for you. The invisible woman, you barely notice her, sitting alone in the corner of the smoky bar. She walks through the streets at night, undetected until the moment she reveals her true self underneath that unremarkable form. We are your shapeshifters, your werewolves, your witchy women, your wicked little creatures and demonic entities, all hiding in plain sight as harried housewives, college students, bartenders, business execs, Instagram influencers, ordinary, often forgotten ladies with dark secrets. We're ready to show ourselves. And then normally I would talk about the author on this. I'm going to tell you about the editors here because it's a collection. There are a lot of authors. It would take me a lot of time to go through all of them, but the editors are the ones I want to tell you about. So, Jill Girardi is the internationally best-selling, award-nominated author of Hantu Macabre and the founder of Kandisha Press, a company dedicated to women horror authors from around the world. She loves writing darkly humorous creature features and still believes in twist endings. Find her on social media at Jill_Girardi. Then Lydia Prime is a New Jersey-born creature of the night. When she's not trying to shred scraps of humanity from the unsuspecting, she writes stories and poems of the horror and dark fiction variety. Her work can be found on Pen of the Damned as well as the Ladies of Horror Picture Prompt Challenge on Spreading the Writer's Word. Additionally, she has had several pieces published in issues of the Siren's Call e-zine. Lydia has also had short stories published in both Under Her Black Wings, a 2020 Women of Horror anthology, and Graveyard Smash, Women of Horror Anthology Volume 2 from Kandisha Press. Her story Sadie won the 23rd Annual Critters Reader's Choice Award for Best Horror Short Story in 2020. And most recently, her co-collection with Jill Girardi, We're Not Ourselves Today, has been nominated for a Sinister Scoop Golden Scoop Award. So there you go. Let's get on to my spoiler-free review of this great collection. So I really love what Kandisha Press stands for. I love that they focus on women in horror and they're giving a platform for more female authors. It's great, and every interaction I've had with them in terms of the stuff they've produced has been brilliant so far. So when Jill Girardi reached out to me on social media and was like, "Hey Dave, would you like a review copy of our new collection?" I was like, yes please. And having read it, I can tell you all, I had a great time with it. So there's an excellent range of stories to pick from here, and they're all punchy and short enough to just devour in one go. So if you're looking for something to have on the go all the time, where you think, oh, I've got 5 or 10 minutes, I'd just like to read a great short story here, this collection is for you. Now, as you would expect, and as I often say with anthologies, not every story connected with me personally, but they're all really well written and they are all worth a read. And the ones that I did enjoy, I enjoyed immensely. And I'm going to shout those out to you right now. So I'm going to dip back into my notes and pick out my highlights from this collection. But if you go and read it, I'd love to know your highlights too. So, my list of favourites. You Got Me Babe by Emma Rose Darcy, which is a really creepy look at creativity and what shape a muse might take. It was really fun, really dark. Afterbirth by Charlotte Brookins. This one had a great payoff with a delicious sting in the tale. So it's a story of 2 women talking about bouncing back from giving birth and how one particular act might help. Next up is Mantra by Sally Darling, which is a very fun story of something weird that happens to Amelia every month. And I'm not talking about a menstrual cycle. Like, plot-wise, you could go, well, that's not the most original, but actually it was really well executed and I just loved it as a story. So next up on my list of favourites, Silky Stew by Lauren Lee Smith. Not many notes here other than to say it was creepy, it was dreamy, and it was fucking weird. And I really, really had a good time with it. Next up on my favourites, Quid Pro Quo by Dawn de Braal, which was this wicked little tale with kind of Faustian vibes and a really excellent ending too. Again, I'm trying to keep this spoiler free, so being quite light on the notes, but yeah, my last 2 words on the notes here are just nice work. So next up on my list of favourites was The Scream by Anne Wilkins. This is possibly my favourite in the entire collection. A really clever and a really original manifestation of teenage angst and emotion with a bit of gloopy B-movie horror thrown in as well. Just great. In fact, I might go and read this one again after I've done this video because really enjoyed it. Next up on my list is The Ballad of Fat Amy by Mocha Pennington, who is one of the authors of the Price Manor series, which I featured on the book club a few weeks ago. Do go and check that review out as well. This one was interesting, it was ghostly, and it was gruesome. It was this tale of guilt and revenge. But, word of warning, if you are squeamish about flies, just tread carefully with this one, okay? Another highlight for me was Always in My Ear by Sonara Taylor. This one was a really strange and really creative take on true crime podcasts. I remember reading this on a Saturday morning after I'd been woken up by my kids, and I was just completely hooked in. It was almost like I was listening to a podcast, a really compelling podcast, and yeah, great, lots of fun. Okay, 2 more on my list. First up, Home to Roost by Valerie B. Williams. This was a great take on a Greek myth and a powerful tale of revenge. Like, if you like revenge stories, good for her stories, yeah, this one. And then lastly for me, Vegetable Love by Lily Franks. This one, weird. Like, totally weird and totally fun. And I think this is the final story in the collection. In terms of ending not just the story, but the entire collection on a really strong piece of very striking imagery, yeah, this one delivers. So in terms of finding a King book to hook this one to, these stories give me kind of Just After Sunset vibes, mixed with dashings of Dolores Claiborne and Gerald's Game. So to sum up, once again, Kandisha Press have delivered a banger of a collection and just underline exactly why they need your attention and why you should go and check this one out. Now, as I mentioned at the start, this one comes out the 25th of September, which, you know, normally with the book club, new releases, I try and time them to coincide with the release, but we're into a busy time of year. There's lots of new stuff coming, so you're just going to have to keep a little track on things here. But honestly, pre-order this now. Look out for it at the end of the month. You'll have a lot of fun with it. I want to say a huge thanks to Jill Girardi for the review copy, and I'm very excited to see what Kandisha Press offers the horror community next. Okay, there we go. That's another one done on the book club. Pretend you don't see her. Let me know what you think of the sounds of this one. You're going to be reading it. And if by the time you watch this you've already read it, come and tell me what your favourite story was. I think it's a great collection and I think you'll really enjoy it. Now, if you've come this far, I'm going to throw some quick plugs at you. Everything I like to plug is in the description, but those things are my award-winning collection of short stories, Once More Around the Sun, my Stephen King trivia book, my range of Stephen King themed band shirts, and the fact that you can become a constant viewer, a member of this channel, support me directly, get extra content, early access to regular content, some fun emojis and stuff like that. And if none of that works for you, no problem. Just watching these videos makes a big difference. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss any in the future. And hey, tell a friend about this channel. See if we can keep it growing. I'm not that far off 10,000 subscribers now, which is wild. So maybe see if you could help me get there before the end of 2025. That would be fun. Anyway, I'll leave you with that as a challenge. Go and check out this collection when it drops, and I will see you next week for another recommendation on the book club. Happy reading.